Welcome in, Greg Ruff and Evan Ragsdale, the men's basketball team here with you, and just talking at halftime about life and basketball and school and all that kind of stuff. Just talk about your growing up and where you played basketball during your early years.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I grew up at a CPA in Nashville, pretty close to here actually. Played for Coach Drew Maddox. That was a great experience. Just getting me ready for the college game. Growing around the Nashville area has been great. Coming back to Trevecca, it's been awesome.
Drew is someone that I actually broadcast his games when he was in high school and actually college a little bit, and he's such a unique guy. Tell me one thing about him that just you think back and think, man, that was my coach doing that, because I know he did some crazy things with special shots and things like that.
I'd probably say he made a trick shot off the Omni Hotel. That was pretty crazy. I don't know, it was like 500 feet, 600 feet. It's probably higher than that. He's going to be mad that I didn't get it right. But.
Well, he does a lot of things like that. There's a lot of fun things. I know brings that, and that's kind of a unique thing. And I think Omar Mance does that a lot too, doesn't he?
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So you got done there, and then you went to Bryan College over in the middle of nowhere, East Tennessee. Just talk about that experience. I know you ended up coming back here, and you were going to come back anyway. But just talk about your experience first couple of years of college.
Sure, yeah. First couple of years were actually pretty good. I mean, Don Rakowski over there, head coach, incredible man. He treated me well. He really did. But I just felt like God was calling me back to Nashville, whether that was playing basketball or being a student. Luckily, I met Coach O. But
absolutely, in the process there. And your mom and dad, the Hills Church, I believe. Just talk about that and how because I know you're involved in that as well.
Yeah. The Hills Nashville over on Wedgwood. It's just great. I love being a part of it. Right now that I'm in school, it's hard for me to be as involved as I want to be. Yeah. But hopefully working towards going and working in the church at some point after.
Well, we talked about that a little bit, and you talked about what do you want to do with life. So kind of go into that a little bit. What do you want to do with life, and how does it play into actually the church as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, right now I have a business degree. That's what I'm going towards. But I'm actually trying to go into clinical counseling, work in some psychology stuff too. And I'm just really interested in that. I want to help people, and I feel like working at the Hills and doing that, which is what my passion is, would be just great working with my family.
Let's turn it back to basketball here at Trevecca. Came in last year, and I say this all the time. It's hard for me to say because I don't feel like we only won 4 games. No, I say we because I scored a lot too. But but 4 games, it felt like you won more than that because you guys really came together, in particular second semester. And just talk about that transition and then play that into how this year has developed.
Sure. I think it was tough at the beginning of the year because we were all trying to figure it out, a new coach, a new system. We all know that. But once we really came together and we were like, we're going to do what coach tells us, no matter what it is, we're all going to do it together. It really started working for us. And I think this year we need to do the same thing. Sometimes it's been hard for us to all be on the same page, and I think that's kind of what we're working towards.
Well, it's different this year. Now you got a bunch of guys that were here last year and put it all together, and you got some new guys that are coming in. They've got to learn the same thing, right? And then you guys got to come together. It seemed like, to me, those things started coming together a little bit out in California, and then even more so against Huntsville the other night.
Yes, sir. I agree.
All right. Talk about this conference play getting started. Now you're back into conference again.
I'm excited about conference play. We've had a really, really tough preseason. It's been pretty crazy to play a lot of these top teams, but honestly, as of late, we've competed with a lot of them, and I'm proud of how we've played, especially in the first half. We got to be able to finish. But playing in this conference, I think that these tough games are really going to prepare us for these conference games.
Well, you mentioned Huntsville, the first half against Huntsville.
Right.
I mean, that's the number 8 team in the country, and you guys pushed them all the way into the second half. But obviously, legs matter, and they're deep, and they just keep bringing guys in. So it's going to be a little bit different with some of the teams in the conference, but still it's going to be tough. You look at Tiffin, they like to get up and down the court, don't they?
Yes, sir. They like to get up and down. We got to be ready in transition for sure.
All right. That's Evan Ragsdale, and we'll have more second half action right here on the Trojan Sports Network.